I've been living in the United Arab Emirates for the last 7 years, so I thought you might like to get a bit of background on what's happening there. They're diversifying their economy, and art and culture is one of the key strands of that. So it's fascinating what they're doing. They have a very rich cultural tradition, but the arts was not part of it because the Bedouins were travelling, they were nomadic. Poetry and storytelling are their main artistic pursuits, as with outdoor falconry, Saluki dogs, and the Arab horses. So the project for the Abu Dhabi government is to introduce the Emiratis to the concept of art and culture. It's a re-education. I'm tying in art and architecture because they seem to have flourished at the same time. These are people who, up until 40 years ago, were living in tents. And they have embraced architecture with quite astounding passion. That was the Emirates Palace Hotel, which was one of the most iconic buildings in Abu Dhabi for 5 years, but it has been overtaken. I'm going to show you how. The Art Paris Abu Dhabi was the very first art exhibition they held. It was in 2009. They partnered with France to bring this exhibition. I love this photo of this guy. He's just so bewildered. What's going on? So that was fascinating. That was held in the Emirates Palace. It was under the patronage of the Crown Prince. The Sheikh pretty much made everyone go, and they were bewildered like that guy. But the reason for all of this is they're transforming a natural island called Saadiyat Island, the island of happiness, into one of the world's biggest cultural hubs. So this is Saadiyat Island. It's one of my favourite islands in the world. It's just stunning. And here's what's coming on Saadiyat is Louvre Abu Dhabi. They're building it now. Jean Nouvel is the architect. It is expected to open in December 2015, but I wouldn't book tickets to 2016 if I were you. So this is where art and architecture is really tying in. There will be 5 museums on Saadiyat. This is the Zayed National Museum, being designed by the UK architects Foster and Partners to look like the feathers of a falcon. This is a museum about the history of the founder of the UAE, Sheikh Zayed. The UAE only became a country in 1971. Before that, they were shooting each other. This is the Guggenheim Abu Dhabi, which will open up in 2017, and this is designed by Frank Gehry. Yeah, and there's lots of information behind these museums. They want to make Abu Dhabi a crossroads between the East and West. So this is a picture of the cultural district. You can see the Guggenheim out here, the Louvre in the middle. This weird building is a performing arts centre by Iraqi architect Zaha Hadid, and there is also a maritime museum behind that, which has been designed by Tadao Ando, who's a Japanese architect. So the museums are not opening until around about 2016, and one will open for each year, for over 5 years. At the moment, this is all that's open on Saadiyat. Menara al Saadiyat is the place of enlightenment. It's an exhibition centre. It's to educate the Emiratis and get them used to going to exhibitions and getting involved in art. This is the UA Pavilion, which is across the road from Menara al Saadiyat, and this was the building designed for the Shanghai Expo for the UAE. They shipped it back piece by piece to Abu Dhabi and rebuilt it, much to the architect's horror. He was like, you can't do this. And they did. Abu Dhabi Art is an Abu Dhabi-owned contemporary art fair. They had a partnership with Art Paris for 2 years, and then they said, goodbye Frenchies, we can do it ourselves now. And this Abu Dhabi Art has become one of the world's leading contemporary art fairs. It really is attracting people from all over the world. I just want to show you the girls in their abayas and their very expensive handbags. So they use both this is the UA Pavilion. It's across the road from Minaret, and people move in between the 2 buildings for the art show. And here's the Louvre as of last week. One of my friends sent this photo to me, and she wasn't really supposed to. They're just building the dome. The dome that goes over the Louvre is called the Rain of Light, and it's It's absolutely stunning. It's designed to let the sunlight trickle in, and then in the middle of the museum is a water feature, and you're literally stepping on stones like you're gliding on water. This is just to show you over the last couple of years what they're doing to foster a culture of art appreciation. Is they're holding exhibitions based on the museums that will open. So these were just a couple of examples from the last couple of years. You can see they've got also have a tie-up with the British Museum, who are helping them with the Zayed Museum, so that's about artefacts. Al Ain, which is 1 hour from Abu Dhabi, the tombs there, they're 5,000 years old. They found a lot of artefacts, so they're also recording all of those. So yeah, there's another photo that I'm not supposed to have. The Louvre being put into place. It's been a long time coming. I think Jean Lefebvre designed the Louvre on a computer, and it took them a few years to figure out how to build it. So it's really nice to see it coming into place. On Sadia Island, there'll be a whole district. So you have the 5 museums, and there'll be about 10 5-star hotels. There's a golf club. There's a whole precinct. People will be living there. They'll have all cultural institutions built there. So it's going to be gorgeous. I think by 2020, a fantastic destination for people who love arts and culture. Shukran, thank you. I'm starting up a tour company, so I want to take people to go and see the Louvre eventually. But there's also lots of other events. There's a haute cuisine gourmet festival, Gourmet Abu Dhabi. And they also do the F1. They have their own F1 circuit, and you can watch the race from the yacht.
Wow.